Good morning, all. Okay, we'll continue from our book reading this morning, The Toyota Way to Service Excellence by Jeffrey K. Leica and Karen Ross. We're in chapter 4, which says Developing Lean Process. It has been giving us some short stories of changes that need to happen in an organization. Yesterday, we looked at the troubling state of NL Services. Is a credit facility organization. Today, we'll be looking at the process improvement approach for lean versus traditional management system. So today, we'll be looking at ways in which we can improve on customer service troubleshooting and knowing how to make our services a good one for our customers. So today he said reaching out for help. Page 90, reaching out for help. Said reaching out Sam McKean, one of NL Services Vice President of Credit Transaction Processing, checked his watch again. Already 6:30 p.m. How can that be? He thought to himself, don't know where this Monday has gone, but I certainly can't say it's flown by because I'm having fun. Truth is, Sam wasn't having fun. Between conversations with corporate office people on the East Coast and the 4 regional managers that reported to him, Sam hadn't gotten off the phone since he arrived in the office at 7 that morning, and none of the conversation has been pleasant. For the 3rd week in a row, none of the region that he was responsible for had hit their numbers. The 3rd time this year, and corporate was breathing down his neck hard. Don't know what's wrong with those regional managers, Sam muttered. I keep telling them that this isn't acceptable, but they just don't seem to get it. No matter how many times I make it clear that they need to get their act together. Things only improve for a little while and then I'm back on the phone, threatening and cajoling again. We can't keep going on like this. Sometimes we can't keep going on like this. Something's got to give. Shutting down his computer, Sam checked his watch again. If he left right now and there wasn't too much traffic, he should be right on time for dinner and drinks with his friends and former colleagues. Sarah Stevens. Sam and Sarah had worked together at NL Services for more years than Sam cared to count before starting out. Sam was looking forward to both commiserating with Sarah and asking for her advice. She had known just how he felt, and she had a knack for solving problems in an unusual way. When Sam arrived at the restaurant, Sarah was already seated, poring over the menu. As Sam sat down, Sarah looked up and said, "Must have been a typical Monday at NL Services. You look totally beaten up." Slipping his cell phone into his pocket so that he could avoid the inevitable phone calls and emails from corporate that he knew would keep coming, Sam answered, "Yeah. Regional numbers are down again for the 3rd time this year. Between dealing with corporate and the regional managers, I haven't had a break all day. Just when I think the regional managers have things under control and are making their numbers, everything falls apart again. No matter how much I threaten or promise, they just can't seem to get their problems. They just can't seem to get their people in line and hit their target. I don't just know why it's so hard. It's not like we haven't known what the numbers are since the beginning of the year. I am at the end of my rope." Frowning slightly, Sarah shook her head and sighed. She knew what Sam was going through. It was one of the reasons that she had left NL Services. She was tired of feeling beaten up, and every time her regional numbers weren't where they were supposed to be. "I know how you feel, Sam," Sarah said. "One of the things that I'm enjoying most about my new job is getting off that roller coaster ride. Although I was skeptical at first, the consultant that was hired to help us is really making a difference. Her name is Leslie, and she's a lean management advisor. You've heard of lean management made famous by Toyota, right? Well, I thought that all that lean stuff was just for manufacturing organization. After all, neither my company nor NL Services makes widgets, but it's been about a year now, and for the most part, I've stopped having the kind of Mondays that I was used to at NL Services, and that you're having today. If you'd like, I can give you her card and let her know you might call. I would warn you that Leslie really is an advisor and facilitator, but you and your people have to do the hard work. She will not do it for you. Her philosophy is that you need to develop the capability to improve your own people and process. Reflection, reaching out for help. This is an old Buddhist expression. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Sam did not realize he was ready for a teacher, but he sought support from a trusted peer. Sarah had walked in his shoes in his current company and left because of the very types of daily crisis that Sam was still living. She had learned a better way at her new job. She listened emphatically and made a suggestion with no pressure, no self-interest. As we will see, Sam was willing to take Sarah's advice because it was the right time and he trusted Sarah. So this is where we'll stop for our reading. So in all, a brief summary of the stories that we've read, or the stories, yes, we've learned in NN Services. All they needed was just help, and an advisor who would help them identify the problems that they are having and also provide solution. Another thing is that they have to be willing to learn and be willing to adapt to whatever changes that this advisor is actually going to bring to them. So just look at the Toyota's way, or the Toyota pattern for developing solution. It said Toyota teaches a common pattern for developing solution. Under management system, there is Toyota's and there is traditional. Under solution, leaves open, given / directed. Then how to develop solution, you have to specify, you have to be guided, and you have to be coached. And it's also left open. So solution is not just meant for just one person or left for just one particular person to bring up a solution. Everybody is involved. It is left open. Like I said before, you have to specify, identify that problem that you're having, be guided about it. This is how you're going to solve it. Look for someone who will coach you on how to go about the problems that you're going through and how you're going to solve it, just like NL Services did. So reaching out for help when you feel like you're at the end of your rope is very, very important, either as a human, either as a personal, as in personally, or as an organization or in a company. So this is your stop for our reading today. Thank you.